this is what your worksheet looks like. The premise of this worksheet is that we're finishing Farrah's budget. It says that Farrah started a budget and she needs your help to finish it. She entered all of her expenses and income, but needs help with a couple of final tasks. So it says open the budget provided in the Canvas assignment, which you do have one. You have a budget assignment that is editable, like your PowerPoint presentation. You go through the same steps to edit it, but we're not doing that yet. All right? Benjamin is pulling these up now, but we're not doing that right now. I mean, you can have it open, but we're not editing it yet. Okay? At the end of class, a lot of times you start editing it. Cool? Okay. So I'm going to literally show you what to type in each box that you need to type something in, and then towards the end of class, you'll have the time to start doing that. We'll finish it in class on Wednesday. Okay? And then, then we can move on. All right, so go ahead and underline what I have highlighted here. You don't have anything to do yet, but when you start editing your spreadsheet, underline or highlight that you need to add a row after utilities, and you need to add a column to the left of column E. Did Carly get out of this class? Nava? Do you want to use a translator, your phone? Do you have one that will translate as I talk? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. You have to do these things first. Is everybody listening to me? If you don't do these things first, then these are not the right boxes to edit. We call these boxes on an Excel spreadsheet cells. So I'm going to go over here and show you what I'm doing. I'm adding a row after utilities. So you have a document like this in Canvas. I'm clicking on the row that has utilities in it, and I need to add a row. For me, I right-click and insert. For you, you double-tap with your fingers, and it'll give you the option to insert a row above or below, and we're going to insert below. Okay? And I'll help you with that. At the end of class, we'll start it together. And the next thing I need to do is I need to add a column to the left of column E. So to add columns or rows, you don't just click on one box in the column or row. You click on the top, and it highlights the whole column or row. Remember, columns are up and down, and rows are left to right. Okay? So once again, I'm going to insert. And mine did insert to the left. When you're in, so yours on your Chromebook is a double tap, and then you'll have the option to enter your rows and columns. Lost my train of thought. Okay, so I have to type in homeowner's insurance here, and then you will also do this as well on yours. On yours, I think this column is too short, but you can drag that column too if you need to, and I'll show you how to do that. Once we do that, get started on that. Okay, so now we're ready to get started. My first cell that I want to edit, are y'all looking left at me? So let's try not to focus on our Chromebook right now. Try to just focus on me showing you and what we're going to write in our boxes on our worksheet. The worksheet is an assignment, and editing the spreadsheet after is an assignment, separate assignments, all right? We're literally going to show you exactly what to type in when you start editing. So let's try to focus on my screen instead of your screen right now. So the first box I'm going to edit, these boxes are called cells. I clicked on this box here. If you look in this corner here, it tells me this is D17. It's column D, row 17. Okay? So if I look at my directions, it says, first thing I got to do is format my expense columns and income columns so they have dollar signs. So anytime I want to edit an entire column or an entire row, I always highlight the entire column or row. So there I highlighted the entire thing, and I'm just going to click on the dollar sign. Highlighted the entire column, and click on the dollar sign, and it puts my dollar sign tag. Okay? Okay, now we're ready. So the first cell we want to edit is this B17. And that is we want to add all of the expenses in the expenses column. So if you look here, these are the monthly expenses. These are all the things we want to add up. We want to add them up in this column. There's a formula that will add all of those up, and I think we're going to start with writing the formulas first. Now, we don't have to write the result yet. Well, we're going to write the result, but we don't enter the result. The Excel spreadsheet will find the result for you. We're going to write it on this worksheet here, but when we get to the spreadsheet, you'll see I don't have to type that in. And in fact, we shouldn't be typing that in. For this exercise, we're practicing using the formulas. I don't want you to type in the result. You would not get credit if you did that. So, Ariel, are you with me? Okay. So we should have equals. So the equals tells the Excel spreadsheet that it's a formula, that it's going to be doing some operation. So we're going to go over here. I want to add all of these up. I should be able to use a formula. It doesn't like that here, but all right. I'm going to do. I want to add all of those up. So you'll see, if I click on D17, I have that formula that you wrote in the box, but it totals it for me. All right, so you don't have to add it up. You should not be adding it up. All right, if I want to do the same thing with the income totals, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'll take you back over in a second and let you write that formula. And you'll see that it adds these numbers for me. I don't do that. So that box is 817, so let's go ahead and fill that in. You have to stay up with me because I'm moving back and forth between screens pretty quickly. This is the last box on the front page too, so it won't be left up there for you to copy. So make sure you're staying with me. Okay, now last one we're going to do is we're going to do, oh, not the last one. Total insurance and the monthly difference is this last one. And the difference means to subtract, right? So the formulas we're going to do add, subtract, multiply, divide. They'll also find the average for you. There's lots of things it'll do for you. You can mark it and have it count certain things or reorganize based on certain criteria. So the difference means we want to take the monthly income and subtract the monthly expenses, and it should equal $210.15. So the monthly difference, all these are monthly expenses. I don't think it gave me this. So we're going to do H17 minus G17. And you can see that it's in parentheses. And when it's in parentheses in an Excel spreadsheet, that means it's a negative number. All right, so that means, and you can see, their income is $3,700 and some, and their expenses are over $3,900. So they spent more money than they made, right? So we're going to go back. That's the last thing on this page. Once we're through with the worksheet, once we're through editing this Excel spreadsheet in Canvas, then you guys are going to go back and answer all the questions based on the spreadsheet, okay? You'll have some time to have thought about what these numbers are actually meaning at that point. Okay, so now we're using another function. It's called the maximum. So if you pick some boxes, rows, or columns, it'll find the maximum value for you. It'll find the minimum value for you. And this section it also finds the average for you. So the first thing we're going to look at is the maximum expense in the column for expenses, and we're going to enter that in cell H20. You notice it starts with an equal sign. Starts with an equal sign. All of our formulas start with an equal sign. I thought maybe I don't already done the first page and you weren't following along. We're right here right now. H20. Right here. Okay, so I'm going to go to box H20 and I'm going to enter this formula, the max formula for D5 to D15. H20 equals max D5 to D15, I think we said, right? And you can see that the biggest number in that column, we could also take that out, but it found it for us. So you might have sometimes 200, 300 values in that column. It's nice that the spreadsheet will find that maximum value for you, right? So right now you think, well, what's the point of that, right? But the point is sometimes you have bigger sets of data that you're working with. The minimum expense, let's see if that's the next one. I think that's the next one, the minimum expense. So it's exactly the same as the one above. Instead, it's min, and you'll notice it finds the smallest value, which is $85. Layla, you caught up with me? Okay. All right, so I'm going to find the min, and it's equals min D5 to D15 again. The colons are important. The parentheses are important. The next one is the average. And since we're here, I'm going to do it on the spreadsheet, and then we'll go back and copy it on the worksheet. You with me? Brady, you good? Evans, you good? Harmony, you good? Okay. Weston, you good? Okay. So we're going to start with the formula symbol equals. We're going to write the word, type the word average, and it's going to be the same numbers, same cells that we're looking at. Oh, so I did something wrong. Oh, I forgot my D. Do you see here? So I did not put my column number, and it tells me when I mess up. So that's good. And so the average expense there is $355.68. So that's what we're putting in the H26 part. Thank you. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do daily cost. So if you look over here, all of these are given as a monthly cost. So we're going to divide, what are we going to do with a monthly cost to find the daily cost? How many days in a month? We're going to go with 30, some not 31. We're going to divide by 30. So we're going to find that daily cost for some things by dividing the amount, the cells by 30. So the first one we're doing is the daily cost for housing, and that's going to be the formula. The cost for housing is in cell D5. We're going to divide it by 30. The spreadsheet is going to find that quotient for us. So it's equals D5 / 30. David, you with us? We're on D23 now. I'm about to go over to the spreadsheet, so you got to keep up. Do you need a pencil? Okay. So our daily cost for housing equals D5 divided by 30, enter, and it does the math for me. Okay? So the next one is going to be daily cost for utilities, I'm pretty sure. So utilities is in cell D7. So So the daily cost for utilities is going to be equals to tell it it's going to do some math. And we're going to take that cell D7 and divide by 30. So I'm going to take you back over. The daily cost for utilities should be $3.93. Okay, the next one is daily cost for food. I'll let you go ahead and write that. The food cost is in cell D11. It's just like the one before, except it's a different cell. All of these daily things are getting divided by 30 with a forward slash. You notice when I've made a typo, the spreadsheet tells me, hey, you messed up. Go back and fix it. Sometimes it tells me I messed up by putting a bunch of pound signs in it, or it gives you different weird things. But if it doesn't do what you want it to do, then it tells you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the transportation. It's on cell D12. When I click on that value, you can see it's right there. You can also go up and down where they meet. It's D12. So the daily cost for transportation equals D12 divided by 30 as well. I'm going to go back so you guys can copy that one. We're going to do the clothing one too. I'm going to go ahead and uncover that so we can go ahead and get those two in. The last one's a little bit different, so we're going to talk about that one separately. So D35, daily cost for clothing, D13 divided by 30. Go here. The daily cost of living. So we got to look right here. It gives you some details. What does it mean to be the daily cost of living? So for the daily cost of living, we want to add the food, the shelter, that would be our housing, food, shelter, utilities, transportation, and clothing, and divide by 30. So I think I can auto sum that just for my, okay, and I'm actually, it's housing, utilities, food, transportation, and clothing. And then I can, I think if I do parentheses, let's see if it'll let me do it that way. Oh, nope, it didn't do it that way. Oh, I think they all need colons, is why. I don't know why it didn't do that. So we're adding up those things that it considers to be your cost of living every day without any extras, and then it's dividing that total cost by 30. I might have to type it in separately. I may not be, here, I'll just here. I'll double check myself. D5 and 6, D11 and D13. I don't know if that's right. So. See, that's supposed to be a colon there, not a comma. And the daily cost should be $102.95. All right, so let me see if I get it right over here. If I can get it right. So it should be D5 and D7. So you guys pictures? That's a typo on me. My B dog. That's why we use pencil. Should be D7, not D6. All right, so it should be D5, D7, D11, D12, and D13. Let's see if that works now. No. Oh, so I can find my mistake here. I've got 2 parentheses there. So remember what I said? It's going to tell you that you've messed it up until you get it right. And I don't have it right yet. I've done it before. I don't know why I can't get it to work now. Oh, there's an N there. What is that about? All right, I'm going to just enter it from here. So it's D5, 6, D11, sorry, 7, that's right. I keep doing that. 7. So it's D5, D7, D11, D12, and D13. So does that total them? Let's see. It does total them, but that's not what I want to do. Now I want to divide it by 30. Not the amount I had though. Anywho, gist. We're going with the gist right now. I'm going to figure out what I did wrong there. But that is how you do it. I picked the wrong cell or something, but that's how you do it. You got to have the equal. You got to have the sum. You got to have the parentheses. You're going to separate them all by colon. In theory, I should just be able to click, and earlier in the day I did, but in practice right now in front of 30 of you, I'm struggling. But it's okay. General gist is what we're going for here. You are not going to have to write all these formulas yourself. That's the beauty of the assignment. Right now, you're going to type that one in. Before you get to that one, I will have it fixed on Monday. So I'll make sure that I have that exactly right for you, and I'll tell you on Monday. We won't get that far today before the bell rings anyway. If we do, maybe I'll have it fixed by then anyway. Okay, let's move on. Last 3 things. We're finding yearly income. So if we know the monthly income, how do we find the yearly? Times it by 12, like Darby said. So our monthly income is in cell 17. We multiply it by 12 in the next cell. The multiply is the asterisk. You with me? Okay, so let's go to the spreadsheet. 817 times 12, that is our yearly income. Equals 817 times 12. Our yearly expenses, I'm going to do while we're here. This is our monthly expenses in D17. I'm going to multiply that by 12, or have my spreadsheet do it for me. And that should be our monthly expenses. I'm going to go back in a second. I'm going to go ahead and finish it up, and then I'll go back and let you copy the other boxes. For here, this is income, yearly income minus yearly expenses. So this box minus this box. So I'm going to do equals this box minus this box. And you'll see it shows me in parentheses, again, that annually we also spent more than they made. If every month they spend more than they make, then annually they have to have spent more than they made. And so it's $2,526, and that's a negative. They spent more money than they made. Their expenses were greater than their income. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys fill in those boxes. Okay, so now let me take you there. I'm going to work on this after I get you guys going. So let's go back to, are y'all caught up with me? Does anybody need me to go back any place? Yes. Here? Okay, another few seconds. Everybody else can go to Canvas. Go to the 1.2 vacation, 1.2 training is a budget Excel spreadsheet. I think she has the same assignment, so just work in there for now. You may have to switch it, maybe you'll switch over, or we'll work it out here. So just go to module, and okay, you caught up with me, Takaya? Okay. We're going to Canvas. It's this assignment right here. Creating a budget Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to go in as a student. Nava, you with me? Nava? You good? You know where we are? We're going to, if you haven't logged in already, we're going to log in. I'm going to reset student because I've already done it. Maybe. Okay, anywho, this is what I want you to do. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, so let's do the first part together. The first part is the part that you don't have exact steps for. Y'all with me? Everybody with me? David, you with me? Okay, so we are going to, the very first thing it tells us to do, remember you highlighted the directions in the front page of your worksheet. Everybody put your worksheet back over. The very first thing we have to do is add our rows and columns. Did you think I'd have any other ringtone, you guys? Okay, so we have to add our rows and columns. The first thing it asks us to do is add a row below utilities. So in order to add a row, we're going to click on the row number, and it will highlight the whole row. You guys use 2 fingers and double tap. I right click and insert a row below. Now we're going to type, oh, I'd already done that. Why did it do that on there? Oh, mine's already done. Okay, I'm undoing mine. But that's what you do. And then you're going to type homeowner's insurance in there. And you're going to type 109 for that amount that you have to pay. Oh, it won't let me delete that. I don't know why. But anywho, you're going to click on, now you need to add a column to the left of column E. Jesse, you're, you're going to click it here. Oh, sorry. Click on E, it'll highlight that, and I'll double click, 2 fingers. Now insert a column to the left. So mine is in the wrong spot. I can't get this to reset for some reason, but you should get the option to insert a column to the left. All right, I'm coming. If you add too many columns, your formulas aren't going to work. You don't add columns, your formulas aren't going to work. Oh, you don't like that, okay? Because you're in C, not B. Oh, we can right. Okay. So if your column B isn't long enough to see it, you can make it longer by dragging it at the top, and I'll show you on my screen. You can also do another setting. There's a couple ways to do it. But if your column for your categories here, you can go up to this top thing and you can adjust that. Remember, like when you click on text boxes and other documents, you can adjust it. You only need one column. I know it. That's why. Yeah. You're going to click on your. I want to check this right here. There you go. If that's not big enough, drag it some more. Anybody else need help? Yeah, so writing down from my Word document, you highlight, where you see the little arrows, where you work with, and then you drag. Be careful, don't do two columns, don't do two rows. There you go. And I will my one example bigger, highlight and drag. Okay? Highlight right here. Okay. And one of that for the right. So we're gonna get your other row added. Add your row. Double up. Two fingers. Nope. So there you go. Insert row to left. Okay. Now we're gonna add a column to the left. This one will be 2 fingers. Add a column to the left. Yeah. Okay. Now you're gonna type in homeowner's insurance and 109. It comes in right there. Okay, come in. Everything good? Do the whole thing right? Did you the cell that on that stuff? Good. I mean, I will do it for you. I'm just curious if you fix it. You're gonna do the row. Okay, double click the 2 fingers. 2 fingers. Here you go. Right now. Click back on the row. Now double click 2 fingers. Get that highlighted. Look like that. Oh, did you edit? Did you click edit? You can't do it. You don't click edit. It does not work. Did you click edit? Did you click edit there? Yeah. So you want to add a row below. You can double click with 2 fingers. Now a row below. Then you want to add a column to the left. Click on the E. Same thing. 2 fingers. Add a column to the left. enter. So now you're adding your column. Go to E. Don't forget to add to the left of E. So click on E, the top. E. Oh, yeah. E. And 2 fingers and select. Somebody over here, Amy? A column to the left. You do the same way. So when you double tap, then you go from the left to right. Benjamin, if you're done, you can work on your presentation. Okay, so if you finish editing this spreadsheet with all the things in the table, actually, what you can do is actually get into your questions in your worksheet. Let's do that first, but that's big before you. I know 8,000 times I'm showing you that. You have to drag it. Drag boxes on Microsoft Word. You can use it. There you go. Type it in there. Okay. 1 second. Oh, to do the currency, yeah. So go to column D, click on the D, and then you're going to do home, and then there's a dollar sign on top of home. Amani reminded me you do have to change the currency, change the value of currency. So click on column D, the top, and then click on the dollar sign. Click on column A to the top, and then click on the dollar sign. Yes. Yes. Well, we can't do the last minute of the class, but you're behind us. So yeah, oh, the letter and number. So the first one's going to be letter, after the one's going to be number. Yeah. So we have less than 10 minutes to go. And then don't forget to add a column to the left of E. If you do not add the column in a row, then you have to sit up. You're not done, honey. You've got things to do. You're going to change these to dollar signs, so go to home and put the dollar sign. Is it H?
Teacher, please pardon this interruption. I need the following students to report to room 105 at this time. Journey Payson, Naja Conway, Miranda Pears, Kayla Pod, Max Gerber, Kennedy Ransom, Adrian Henderson, Jaden McCayer, Daniel Mazipa, Demario White, Rita Patel, Valentina Giraldi, Amara White, Will Hankerson, and Anaya Lawrence. Please report to room 105 at this time. Thank you.
Homeowner insurance, and then the one around next to it. Like that. So you type what you wrote on your worksheet. So if it says for D17, click on D17 and type that exactly, please. So in the cells that it's going through, you're typing the equations you wrote. Y'all killing me. Remember how you get the fresh off of the platform? Yes, bro. them. You gotta get around the things here. You're not answering questions until we're on the worksheet until we're done with the Excel spreadsheet. We have to change the formatting here. Go to home. You put it on. Go to home. Put it on. Say it again. So if you want to know how to come up, 820 is right here. 820 formula should be that. That would be that. That was correct. The one you're worried about is sequence. E23. Negative E23. It's not the minimum. Like that. E23 is right here. Yeah, the minimum is right there. But that's E23. Yeah. Good job. Oh, so nice. You can leave it first. Left hand is 5. Hold it. That's your only right, girl. Remember, the thing to the left of the colon is the letter. The thing to the right of the colon is the number. It's your handwriting. No, I'm going to try. Yeah, but, I'm sorry. Yes. To the left and right is 2 different sounds. You're right. So there's always a letter and then a number. A letter and then a number. Got equal sign. There's always equal sign of all of them. You agree? No. Anybody else? I wonder if you divided by 30. Well, there's no math in it wrong. I don't know, we'll worry about that. Right on the sure, but the formula for actually works out now. Hey, bye guys. I'm gonna fix the one cell and I'll make sure you guys also right on Monday. We'll talk a few minutes more about this. I'll let you work on this. Hold on to it. If you answer, you can see it. So if you're through with the worksheet, if you're through with the